Welcome to the Munga Inc. Pod Show. In today's exciting episode, I share with you my personal odyssey in construction and the lessons that I've drawn so far. Let's take a listen. I'll be sharing with you snippets of this current project that I'm working on the final touches. It's a 5-bedroom, 7 baths house with a penthouse on top. I'm about to meet with the electricians, the plumbers, the paint guys, the tile guys, everyone, so that we can do this, plan well, and have it done with a deadline in the next 21 days. So let's go. Guys, today I'm going shopping. You know, in construction, things get very fluid. These masons and the workers never really ask for enough stuff at once. Like, you have to keep on really adding stuff. Things change. You have to find out you have to buy this or the other. Now, most of the stuff that I buy, you know, things that are common like sand, aggregate, bricks, cement, you know, things that are hardware stuff. Usually I have a guy, whether it's here whether it's here or it's Uganda, I have my contacts that I can call and they supply to my site, so I don't have to really go. You know, you have to have someone who you trust or you can work with and make sure you get what you need. Those are the people I work with, so I don't have to keep moving too much. But of course, there are some specific things like tiles, bathtubs, bathrooms, toilets, sinks, stuff like that needs a keen eye, some taste, obviously, the client's taste, or you know, you suggest for them what can work for their house depending on the color scheme that they have. So I'm going to this place on Mombasa Road today. It's called King's Tiles. I was there, I think last year. The tiles we bought apparently are not enough. We added some extra rooms where to put the same design because we liked it, and so I need to go there so I can get some more. They are closing, today is the 23rd, so they are closing at 2 p.m. I'm hoping that, you know, I can be able to actually get there on time. So come with me and we get there and see what we have. Hopefully I can show you what they have there. I can take a few videos so you can see what they got. Now, it's Chinese tiles. The whatever it is Chinese, but the quality is very, very good. See, Chinese can give you quality based on your price. I mean, you know, the super brands that we know, they all are made in China. China is the world's factory. So if you want low quality, they'll give it to you. If you want high quality, they'll give it to you. Whatever you want, the Chinese will give it to you. Hey, focus here. We're talking about construction. Yeah, so they have some very good tiles, and I want to get there and get those ones to fill up, and of course maybe select a few more for bathrooms. So yeah, come with me as I share with you, show you what they have, and also see what else you can get there. So let's come along. So the traffic is crazy. I don't know if I'm gonna make it on time. Wow. So now the other day I was saying about the difference between construction in Kenya and Uganda. In my own experience, I'm not saying that I think either one is the best, but of course there are certain traits in the different places, cultural background, you know, this is the way people do things that makes way of construction different in those two places. So for example, here in Kenya, if you want something done fast, then the Kenyan fundis are good to go for that. But if you want something finished or done well, then of course Ugandans really do well in that area. Because I noticed, like, in Kenya there are so many interior design companies, and the reason is because the Kenyan fundi, the way they finish is horrible. I'm sorry to say that that's true. I mean, you look at a plaster, the finishing is so bad. It's not even. It's just, you know, the paintwork is horrible. It just doesn't look nice. You know, that aesthetic look that you feel when you see a construction. The ones that I've seen that are being done well like those high-end in places like Kilimani, where obviously the Chinese professionals come and get involved in. I'm not saying that Kenyans can't really do a good job, but I'm saying unless you're calling in an interior designer, I mean, honestly, you're not gonna get something so cool. But when it comes to Ugandans, you don't even need an interior designer, by the way. Those guys, yes, they are slow, which is, I'm gonna talk about again, speed again, which is another, they're a bit too slow, it takes longer, but the finishing is so pristine, it's amazing. But you see, in construction, it's not an emergency. If you ask me, it's not an emergency. So, I mean, speed versus something good. If a place is delayed for a month or two, no one's gonna die just because you didn't get in December and you got in January or Feb. I mean, the house can always wait. Besides, I mean, why finish in a rush and then have to fix it after? You call an interior designer, bring down some walls, change this and that, costs you more. So at the end of the day, yes, you're trying to save on time, but again, it will cost you more in the long run. So when it comes to finishing, obviously I will call I always bring my Ugandans this way, and if I need something done quick, of course I send the Kenyans on the other side. Now then, there is a style of construction. For example, roofing. Kenyans are very good in roofing. The roofing designs in Kenya are just out of this world. If you look at houses, they have those sharp gable roofs that are so nice, which, I mean, they stand out. But when it comes to ceiling, there's a material that Ugandans use called ngarama. I mean, it's a very interesting material. They use the 3x2 wood. They make squares in the ceiling. It needs to be strong, obviously, because of what they use the material. And then they have that the fine aggregate mixed with sand and cement, and then they'll pour it on that. There's a wire they put on they nail a wire on the wood, and then mix the fine aggregate with the cement and sand, and then they pour it on top, and then after a few days they'll do a plaster on it, and it looks as though it is actually a concrete ceiling. And what happens is that even if there was a leak in the roof, first of all, it's hard for the water to even come down, and even if it does, there's no discoloration, the one that you find in the block boards and the boards that we use here in Kenya for construction. So that part, when it comes to ceiling, obviously I would always want to call in those guys, but of course when the roofing, of course the Kenyans will do a better job. Then things like, for example, electrical insulation, from the earthing, when you're about to install power in a house, the styles are different. I'm not sure which is better, but the way I see in Kenya, we just put the earth in the ground, but in Uganda it's different. They pour charcoal, the fine charcoal dust, and then they pour the iodine salt, the regular table salt, in huge quantities, and then that's when they put the earthing on after passing the thing through the material. So wow, I think the ways they do it is so cool. And then obviously for every house they have lightning arrestor. I mean, they don't do shortcuts, by the way. They do things by the book. Which brings you to the Kenyan story here. Kenyans like shortcuts. We're supposed to maybe use like a rebar, maybe like D16 or D20, and then you see they went for a D12, to try to save money, but obviously that compromises the strength of the house, and that's why we have so many issues in houses collapsing here in Kenya. I really have never seen, I don't know of a house that has, I've been there now 5 years in Uganda, I've not heard of a house that actually came down. So I mean, the buildings are so good. They follow the rules, but also the Kenyan bricks and the Ugandan bricks are very different. So the Kenyan, we have the 6, the 9, and then in Uganda they have the short clay bricks. So like you see, where you put 2 Kenyan bricks, you will probably have like 8 Ugandan bricks because they are smaller. So in between the spaces there is mortar, which obviously makes the bond much stronger. And actually the clay bricks are very good. In fact, if you do it the right way, they're actually bulletproof. So you can actually do a wall all the way up to 8 feet with the clay bricks, not putting the support, the rebar support. Unlike here in Kenya, if you go like 4 courses, you need to put some concrete on the rebar. Otherwise, of course, the thing will come down. So I don't know which one is the reason why, you see now here we are compromising, yet our bricks are not strong. The other side, they are following the rules, yet their bricks are good to go. So you see, that's where now things, go crazy. But other than that, there's not much of a difference. Then, of course, the labor costs in UG, labor is much cheaper. Of course, the economy is different. So when the fundis come in from UG, I find the labor costs very, very friendly. But again, on the other side, cement in UG costs double the price of cement in Kenya. And Mark, you remember, we are having to use more because you have to use more mortar for the type of bricks that they use in UG. So you see, it's a bit of a compromise. So what I do, I try to look at both sides. For me is, what can I get best from each? And that's why I said, for example, when it comes to speed in construction, I'll get the Kenyans. When it comes to finishing, and if I don't want to again come and hire interior designers after, if I want my work done so well that I don't have to come back again, then for me, Ugandans do a good job. They do a good job. So those are the the things that I've observed. Then obviously in Kenya, it's a thing about us. Okay, Kenyans will try to steal your material. They will ask for more and use less and try to sell. Whereas in UG, they'll steal your time. Like I said, they are a bit slow. So if you're not really keen, man, they'll chill. They'll come and have their lunch and talk a lot, and of course that means you lose on time. Kenyans don't talk, they're chap. Kenyans will do it chap. They do it so fast that you won't even know. They use less bags than what they told you, because you find the work has gone so far. But of course, again, that can compromise the integrity of your construction. The thing I know is that you have to have your eye on the ground. You can't just trust that things will happen. Personally, I need to be there. I need to be there when they're mixing the mortar, for example. I need to see what's happening. I can leave them building with the mortar that I saw them mixing. That's the thing. I don't stay too far. Now, for example, if you're doing wiring, wires are very expensive. So if you just leave the electricians with your wires and then they take some away, of course that costs you a lot of money. So you gotta be, if you're doing construction, you really have to know your stuff. Also, in addition, remember, for example, like if you don't know the rebar, you probably ask for a D12, they call it Y12 in Uganda, and then they bring you the Y10 or D10 or whatever. Or you ask for a Y16, they give you a Y12. If you don't know your stuff, then of course you will cheated, and of course, again, it will cost you more if you don't know. You really have to know some stuff. You have to know some stuff. You have to know even where to get bricks for a good price. Construction is about saving costs. Where do I get the best price for what I want? Because the prices always differ. Even the hardwares don't sell the same way. So there are those guys that I work with, both here and in Uganda, because I want to get the best price, but of course the best quality as well. So these are just my thoughts about the construction industry based on my experience, having worked here in UG, and those are the things that I've experienced. So I know what to check for when I'm in a different place, when I'm doing this one. So let's head out there. We are now in Mombasa Road, almost turning at the roundabout. And then, of course, I'll give you details when we land at King Styles. And we're here, King Styles. Doesn't look like much from outside. And you need direction from a sales rep. For me, it was this gentleman, Isaac, this guy in the blue shirt, who got me here. So let's go. So here's the main reception area with the name and the logo. I like what they've done with the place, by the way. And then as you move along, you can see some decor pieces, a man-made fireplace, and you can see tiles in the distance. I'm going to show you those in a few minutes. So here we start. The tiles are here. The variety is so huge. Look at this tile here. Has a look of leather, but it's actually, I had to touch it to believe it. It's a tile, and then there are so many varieties, different shapes and sizes, depending on your house, the shape of your room, the color scheme you have. Check out this brown one. Looks quite nice if you have a brown theme in your house. And then we have obviously the big ones. If you have a big room, these are 1.6 1.2 sorry by 0.6, good for huge rooms. What I've noticed, most tiles normally have white creamish look. That people like it because there's more light in a room. Of course, even keeping it clean is easier. Here are some, if you have a bathroom and you want to have some coarse tiles, these are good. They are non-skid. Then there's more variety on this other side. These are some toilets, but I'll show you more upstairs when we get there. These are strips, dividers when you're doing the kitchen. And then these are if you want to have the wooden feel in your house. They actually look like wood until you actually touch them. You almost think it's wood. Mahogany, camphor, pine, they have that look and feel, so it makes it very cute. So back to the reception area. This is the main entrance here again. So you really have to come and see, and they have a big store in the back for whatever you need. This is upstairs. You can see there the wall mounted flushing toilet. Then you can see this fireplace. Then that's a jacuzzi. It looks cool. We have these showers. There's a square one, then there's a circular one. You see, if you have space, of course the circular one would be cool. Then on the other side, as you move along, there are these toilets, and that's an amazing bathtub, very cute. And then on this other side, more toilets. And right now, by the way, they have an offer for the end of year sale to the new year. These toilets are going for 12,000 shillings. Now on the other side, we have more sinks, switches, soap holders, towel holders. These are kitchen sinks on this other side. Very nice, by the way. We have even some modern types, stainless steel. These guys have variety, if that's what you're looking for. They have all that stuff. These are stainless steel taps, very nice designs. Then those pull taps with a spring, they return. They're so good if you want to have a good look in your kitchen. More of those towel holders, racks for soap. These are rain showers, also many of them on offer. There's a cabinet here for the bathroom. Oh, and look at this mirror. You can put on the light and put it off, and also tells you the time. Here is a cabinet. You can put your makeup, your meds, stuff like that in that cabinet there. And there's more mirrors on this other side. Quite nice. This is another rain shower, black in color, very shiny. And then this other side, more toilets, more shower heads, and even more rain showers. This is golden. More of those sinks, complete sets, bathroom cabinets, name it. These guys have a huge variety, by the way. If you're looking to get quality, so look at those sinks. They are very nice. More toilets and sinks. Yeah, the variety is huge. You have to come here and see for yourself. They are very good customer service as well. Each sales rep will take you through and see what you need to get and help you select the color and variety based on the preference and the color scheme in your house. This right here, I believe, is the painter's best kept secret. Ask your painter about this. They figured a way to use the white calcium as a paint. It comes in 25 kilo bags pre-mixed with cement, so all they have to do is add water. So it can be used as both rough and tough. For the exterior, of course, just get the plastic rollers for that. And if you want to use it for interior, you can get the builder's trowel to smooth it out, so you can get the smooth effect on the inside. You don't need to have undercoat for this, which of course means you save money on that, and at the same time, the price of this product also is very reasonable. I happen to go to the factory. It's called the Chinese factory, that's all I know. And they also give you a 50-kilogram bag of pebbles if you want the pebbles effect, so obviously amazing. So let me share with you the picture so you can see if you want to use it as your paint. So this here is the factory. If you come here, you see they have so much of that. Besides that, also they have adhesive for tiles, the special cement. But anyhow, this is the place you get the paint, the special calcium. They're calling it a paint because it has that. You use it as paint, like the rough and tough. So you can see the factory. They're showing me what they have on their site. You can see. So this is where you come and get it in sacks of 25 kg. Then you're gonna go and mix it with water. Your painter, and you should know this. And this is the effect. You can see the wall. There's a rough exterior, like the rough and tough with the textured. And if you want the interior one, you can see the smooth version. So either way, it's what you want. Is for the interior, of course, you have the smooth one. If it's for exterior, you have the rough coat outside. Yeah, this is the place. It's called the Chinese factory. No other name for it. So check it out. So finally, guys, we've taken a delivery of most of the stuff we need for this to get started. The tiles, the adhesive cement, the undercoat paints, a bigger tiles for the bigger rooms, and also for the paint work, we have this special calcium I mentioned that is good for exterior. They've already started as we speak. The cement. And this one, the rooms you're going to be working on, I'll be sharing with you as we go along. So come along with me. I'll be showing you how we're going to get this done. Thank you for watching.